The Strait of Gibraltar, known to the ancient Greeks and Romans as the Pillars of Hercules, is a narrow channel that links the Atlantic Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea. This small maritime channel runs between two major continents, where the shortest distance is merely 13 kilometers. At this point, Africa and Europe become so close that standing on one side allows the other continent to be easily viewed, yet up to now, no bridge has been constructed to join them together. For many decades, innumerable proposals have been submitted to link both continents via a land route. This passage is highly significant because it can serve to connect the European Union's population of 450 million and Africa's population of 150 million people. It will have a huge impact on the economies of both continents. Trade can increase, transportation will be better, and tourism will also be significant. However, the question remains that given so many advantages, why has no bridge been constructed across the Strait of Gibraltar up to this point? Viewers, the Strait of Gibraltar links two significant bodies of water, namely the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. This strait stretches for approximately 57 kilometers in length, whereas its width from Tarifa in Spain to Ceuta Point in Morocco is merely 8 miles or 13 kilometers, and regarding depth, the average depth of the entire strait is about 1200 feet or 365 meters. This strait holds much greater significance than its apparent width suggests. There is always the threat of large, deep-draft vessels getting stuck here. The Strait of Gibraltar is an open passage for very large cargo ships, which results in a significantly high volume of ships transiting this area. 20,000 ships pass through the Suez Canal every year, 14,000 via the Panama Canal, and surprisingly over 100,000 ships pass through the Strait of Gibraltar yearly. Many cargo vessels bring valuable goods from the Western Hemisphere to the Middle East, Africa and Europe, while some proceed through the Suez Canal reaching as far as Asia and China. Likewise, ships must utilize the Strait of Gibraltar when heading from the Middle East to either Western Europe or the Americas. Must utilize it. And since the Strait of Gibraltar is close to nations rich in fossil fuels, the passage of oil vessels through here is a common occurrence for Russia as well. Based on one report, around 300 oil vessels pass through the strait every day. Its value is in the billions of dollars. The Strait of Gibraltar is an important trading route for global markets, and because of this, the employment of nearby countries also is linked. Europe's largest shipping port, Algeciras port in Spain and the Tangier port in Morocco are also experiencing rapid growth. In light of these financial advantages derived from commerce and tourism, a lot of people are astonished that not even one bridge has been constructed to join these two global regions. Why is it unbuilt? It is not the case that thought has not been given to this. Multiple feasibility studies and various proposals have been put forward since 1979. But certain problems exist which mean building a bridge here will not be that easy. First, let's talk about the costing of this bridge. According to estimates, the cost of building a bridge at the Strait of Gibraltar could range from $5 billion to $20 billion. Since this bridge will present significant challenges when compared to other major bridges globally. One factor is that the bridge to be constructed here must be designed in such a way that even the largest ocean-going ships in the world can pass underneath with ease. That is easy to state, but it's probably very hard. We will talk about why this is difficult later, but who is going to shoulder the cost ranging from $5 to $20 billion? Clearly, the nations benefiting from the Strait of Gibraltar are gaining an advantage will have to cover that expense. That is to say, Spain and Morocco. However, the political leadership of both these nations has never managed to strike any agreement thus far. Spain argues that Morocco stands to gain more from the bridge, so the greater expense should be borne by them, whereas Morocco's leadership wants this cost to be divided 50-50. B. The second issue is the feasibility of the bridge, meaning how profitable it will be after it is built. For instance, looking at the Channel Tunnel constructed between the United Kingdom and France, it incurred a cost of $14.5 billion. However, every year this tunnel, the second issue, more than 2 crore passengers use it. A passenger can reach France from the UK for £121 or $150 US. That is, every year this tunnel earns about $30 billion, which is double its construction cost. If a bridge were constructed across the Strait of Gibraltar, would it generate sufficient revenue to comfortably recoup the total cost of the bridge? This matter is viewed with considerable skepticism because Morocco is a country whose GDP is only $130 billion, which is less than even Pakistan. Assuming a bridge costing $5 billion was constructed here, with a minimum toll of $20 charged, while the UK-France Channel Tunnel serves 2 crore passengers yearly, the bridge's investment could be recouped if 25 crore passengers use the Strait of Gibraltar Bridge annually, a projection considered highly unrealistic. The next issue is the construction of the bridge. As you know, the Strait of Gibraltar is a very busy route for ships. Keeping this in mind, such a bridge must be constructed that will not impede this traffic flow, necessitating a significantly elevated bridge structure, presenting a substantial engineering challenge. It will be. While the average depth of the Strait of Gibraltar stands at 1,200 feet, certain locations plunge to depths exceeding 3,000 feet. This means it is even taller than the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest structure. Currently, the largest bridge pillars globally found in the Fehmarn Belt Fixed Link measure only 1,104 feet in height. So, erecting pillars larger than 3,000 feet, that too underwater in the Strait of Gibraltar, will be a task that engineers greatly fear, and incidentally the strong water currents here are not uniform either. The water at the ocean bottom shows a west to east flow, and it heads towards the surface from the west to the east side. That is, if such high pillars were erected here, they would have to withstand the water pressure from both sides. Be necessary. However, the greatest danger to this bridge will not come from the tallest pillars standing in the water, but rather from the Earth's tectonic plate. Indeed, our Earth's crust is composed of various sections known as tectonic plates, and these are always shifting. And at the locations where these plates converge with one another, their earthquakes, meaning earth shocks, are very common. Unfortunately, the Strait of Gibraltar is located exactly where the African and Eurasian plates meet, is the Strait of Gibraltar. So even if a bridge is built here, the result could be quite terrible. Surviving an earthquake in this region is just a matter of time. In 1755, the Lisbon earthquake happened with a magnitude between 8.5 and 9 on the Richter scale. Because of it, Portugal was devastated. Devastation struck Spain and Morocco. In 1960, a 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit Agadir and Morocco again. That is, building a bridge across the Strait of Gibraltar means it will certainly have to contend with the high currents of the Atlantic Ocean, plus a 9 or 10 magnitude earthquake as well. Besides these hazards, the Strait of Gibraltar's ocean floor isn't stable. Researchers say soft clay layers beneath the strait cannot support any type of structure. These soft clays can easily shift during geological activity or under any kind of pressure. Geologists have issued a warning that any construction endeavor in this region might prove utterly futile because of these clay channels. However, this does not imply that connecting the two continents is impossible by any means. Numerous other, like one passing under the ocean floor. The tunnel, like the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France, but this raises the project cost, which casts doubt or a question mark on the feasibility of this project. On the other hand, Spain and the European Union Concrete think that after a tunnel or bridge is built, the number of African refugees or illegal immigrants in Europe will rise, which could be very difficult to control. These are precisely the reasons why, even though there is no geographical separation between the two continents at the Strait of Gibraltar, a bridge has never been constructed here up to the present day. We hope that you will like and share this ZAM TV video extensively. A big thank you for your loving comments. See you in the next fantastic video.